Back here in San Antonio, police were also staying busy dealing with a homicide and still looking for the person responsible. Police are searching for the man accused of stabbing his wife to death. It happened at their apartment complex on the northeast side. Eyewitness News reporter Adi Guajardo has those details. Adi.
Phil, I spoke with several neighbors at the Regatta apartment complex where it happened. Many tell me the community isn't perfect, but they never expected someone would be found dead near their home. Bright emergency lights lit up the dark parking lot at the Regatta Apartments on Scarsdale, leaving many confused.
Me and my boyfriend were just walking from the store yesterday, and we saw a bunch of cops that were coming up, and they had spotlights.
Jessie McLeod says she was shocked when she realized they were headed to her apartment complex, just a short walk away from her own apartment.
Someone through here, because they can turn right over here. I saw someone being wheeled out and doing CPR, and I kind of just prayed for them.
Police say an argument broke out between a couple inside their apartment around 4 in the morning. They say during the argument, the husband pulled out a knife and stabbed his wife in the neck. She later died at the hospital. A man who didn't want to go on camera tells us he was out fishing when he heard yelling and a chilling call for help. Then everything went silent.
It gives me chills. No one deserves to die like that. It's just sad.
She says as a mom-to-be, knowing that someone accused of killing his wife is on the loose leaves her on edge.
I hope they find that person, because that's dangerous.
In the meantime, McLeod plans to take extra precautions.
It's just not safe. I'm definitely going to stay inside for a while.
Now, police have not released the name of the victim or the name of the suspect. If you have any information about this attack, contact the San Antonio Police Department. Back to you, Phil.